Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Combo Convo. On this episode, we talk about the first two fights in the Champa tournament saga. So, this is the beginning of the Champa tournament saga. Little did we know that two fights would be done in one episode. I think that's like a groundbreaking thing for Dragon Ball, because usually a fight would last a lot longer than one episode. I mean, we had two fights in one episode. So what do you think about that? Because I know last week we touched on how fast the series was going, and then look what happened in this episode, where basically two fights ended up happening in this episode.
Yeah, I mean, it's stupid. It's one of the things that need to change. I mean, it goes back to the last one we were talking about with the fillers and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You only need to do fillers if you just extend the fight scenes. Now you actually have reason to extend them. Because that Goku versus Botan fight, that could have went at least a full episode minimum.
Yeah.
Technically, it could have gone like 2, maybe even 3. Because Goku had admitted prior to after he beat him, that it's a good thing that I got you. I won that way with the ring out. Otherwise, you probably would have beaten me. Meaning that even if he had to go Super Saiyan God with him,
and he would
surpass, and the guy might have still probably beaten him. We don't know.
Yeah. But let's talk about that fight. So we meet this character Botan. This is the first time we're seeing this character. And it seems like you said his power was the fact that he's able to reflect. Now, is he able to reflect everything? Was that what it was? Like physical and...
Yeah, I mean, Jocko kind of explained in his stuff when he was talking to Bulma about it. He was like, it seems like he's able to displace all of Goku's energy and impacts, his damage,
and absorb
to another universe, to another dimension. Something like that, he has said. And she's like, really? And he's like, well, probably. Meaning he might have known something, maybe.
He's just coming out his ass talking about it.
Yeah, speculating. But it goes back to kind of makes sense, the fact that, Goku has said that he probably would have beaten me, meaning Goku...
Anything he would have done.
Yeah, meaning it didn't matter. It's not about power, how to beat him. You have to figure out another way how to beat him. That was one way of him beating him. Vegeta might have came at him a different way because he was telling him, use your head.
He's like...
Like, maybe he knew how to beat him and stuff. Maybe there's like a certain kind of trick to it that Goku really wasn't figuring out.
But we'll never know because it's over already.
Yeah, I mean, it's a crying shame too, because I was really looking forward to this character. I'm looking forward to all of them.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
They're there for a reason.
And he's obviously there because he's one of the top 5 strongest people in that universe. So it's like, now you got him going up against a Super Saiyan God and stuff, and it's like, damn, it's like Goku was really, really, really trying to like hurt him, and he couldn't do anything. And it's a shame because it's like, damn, man, it's like, it just goes back to like, I would just like to see...
Stretch it out a little bit.
How powerful this guy was.
We know it's a friendly fight. You know that there's really up until this point, we don't know. But up until this point, it seems like everybody there's friendly. They don't really want to kill each other. I mean, that's part of the rule anyway.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be something to, not a sparring, but there's supposed to be, some limits.
It's like any martial arts tournament and stuff.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Where stuff like that's going to be frowned upon and stuff.
So it just makes sense that you would want to see more of these characters and not just... have it be something where it's like, oh, you're just a first rounder, let's get rid of you quickly because you're a first rounder. It's like, this is supposed to be a big tournament. Let's have it feel like it's a big tournament.
I mean, the old Dragon Ball storylines used to have some of the tournaments some of the fights did go like that for characters that were really, they were shit characters.
Yeah.
This is not a shit character. And obviously, he was going out there and finding one of their strongest, probably the team's second strongest member with Goku.
Right.
Arguably, we don't know who's stronger, him or Vegeta. It's probably Goku, though.
Yeah.
And he was giving him a hard time. Well, he's number 1. Goku's arguably number 2. Okay. And Vegeta's arguably number 3. Yeah. So, it sucks because then what's going to happen down the road when they get caught up with the manga again? They're going to, start filling it up again. Meanwhile, you could have done an entire full episode. At least dedicate one episode to this fight. I would like to see. I wouldn't mind seeing 2-3 episodes for this fight, I haven't seen a tournament fight go like this quick since really just the Naruto series when they first had the tuning exams and stuff. Some of the fights were only an episode, some were like half. It was rare. But
they should take a page from, because honestly I remember if I could think of all the Naruto, that to me was my favorite time period.
The Chunin exams?
Yeah, because they gave a fair chance for everybody. Like each fight meant something. Even if the person was stronger than the other one, they still gave them enough time to be like, hey, this person's trying their hardest, they have their own abilities. Yeah, this guy might be a little bit stronger, but there's something there for you to kind of be like, wow, this was a fight. And here it was just like, it went by so fast, and he threw him out. I was just like, man, that really we're over this already. Like that was kind of quick.
Yeah, I mean, it's also a very cheap way for someone like Goku to win. Like he's never just wanted to get a quick victory like that before. I mean, his whole purpose was to go out there and really test the limits of Super Saiyan God versus Universe 6. Now you actually have an opponent you could test your limits with, and you didn't really try that much. Like I mean, obviously you tried to win, but you I don't know, like it just
felt weird. Yeah,
it wasn't characteristic of what we normally used to see with Goku. And now it's like, I don't know, like I felt like with that fight that we got robbed. I
wanted to see a Kung Fu Panda. His abilities reminded me of I have to say, the whole time I was watching, I was like, so he's hitting his stomach and nothing's happening. He's doing all these movements. I was like, where have I seen that before with a bear? Oh yeah, Kung Fu Panda. Give him something like Kung Fu Panda, like have him, fight and just, I don't know.
I thought for this fight it was going to be like Goku versus Genaba all over again.
Right.
Well, the first stage of Genaba when he was like that cutely fat giant version of him.
Exactly.
But we didn't get that. Like, it's like
the guy was slow as hell. The guy was just like laughing the whole time. Goku was doing
whatever he was fast when he was moving. When he was doing his bouncy back and forth thing, he was fast, and they were kind of saying that, oh well, he's only catching Goku because Goku, had a full stomach of food. Oh
yeah, and there was that. Yeah.
But like I said, it's just I'm telling you, those fillers are gonna come, and it's gonna be like, why? You could have gave it at least a full episode. Then go from that
into the next
fight, which was him and versus Frost.
So yeah, let's get into that. So then we have a longer, probably took up the majority of that episode, I could say.
Well, it was half
an episode. It's Frost versus Goku, and then we get the nice little twist that Frost is actually the total opposite of what we're used to as Frieza. Like he's wants to save his planets. He wants to be the ultimate hero. He actually has a deal with Champa that he's gonna help him become the greatest hero or the strongest.
He's bargained something about him fighting his tournament so he could help him end war and stuff, and he's doing it for the kids.
Yeah, he's literally doing it for the kids. And he's super nice. He was respectful. He's like, hey, bowed to everybody, and even the Z Warriors are like, wow, I kind of like this guy. Like it's so weird. But let's talk about his fighting. So his fighting, similar to Frieza, he had different forms, even though it seemed like he was trying to hide it from Goku, but Goku was smart enough to already fought somebody like him that he knows, like, look, you cannot just be a one transformation type of guy. And then he went into what he said was his ultimate transformation, which was like equivalent to Frieza's second transformation.
Well, it looked like Frieza's second transformation, but it had to be stronger than Frieza's second transformation. The fact that he was able to contend with Goku in his base form, and Frieza in his final form in the Dragon Ball level couldn't contend with him. So he's obviously stronger than the Frieza back then, but we don't know how strong he is compared to Golden Frieza. That's the big debate, because like, you seen him go into his final form, and Goku is like, okay, he'll go Super Saiyan on him. And, Goku's handling him, and it seems like Goku has the advantage on him. And it seems like Goku's getting a better handle. It's like, well, okay, I guess he's not as strong as Golden Frieza. Then the fight ends up weird. Like something, I was a little confused on what had happened. I mean, the whole fight was like, it was interesting, because you see the guy's such a likable guy.
Right.
You actually see the other, like Bulma and everybody else were actually rooting for him to beat Goku.
And then when he was getting beat up so badly by Goku, they felt bad for him.
Yeah, even Goku felt bad. He was like, I don't want to do this to you. But
then all of a sudden, in a matter of seconds, everything just changes. Because even at that moment, up until that moment, I was like, wow, I'm really interested to see who could actually beat Goku. I mean, this guy is just like wiping the floor out of their second, their second guy, and then all of a sudden,
the Phantom Punch,
and he falls asleep or he loses energy, or I don't know what happened.
He knocked him out. He knocked him out with some kind of weird technique. I'm not exactly sure. Everybody was kind of shocked by that.
Is there a limit to like Goku's power? Is that what they're trying to insinuate? Because I felt like it was something so quick. I don't know if Frost had anything to do with that. I think
what it was. I think they're trying to state it's a different kind of version of like what Goku. Because Goku said that he wanted him to go in his final form for what reason? I don't want to knock you out before I get a chance to see how strong you really are.
Right.
So he said, okay, understandable. But Goku didn't get a chance to show him how strong he is because he didn't show him Super Saiyan God.
Yeah, he passed out halfway through.
I think that is Akira's way of trying to like maybe say that, well, you should take your own advice, Goku. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you should always start off using all your power from the very beginning. Possibly that's what he might have been insinuating. I'm not exactly sure. Or he might just
take him out, find a way to take him out of the championship because at that rate, to me, it seemed like he's gonna win this whole tournament.
Well, you still got Vegeta in it, and you still got the other guy who
Nipple guy.
Yeah, Nipples. You still have him who Beerus admitted that he's stronger than Goku. So it wasn't like he was going to win this whole thing. But then again, I'm not sure they're going to... Actually, they're not going to technically be fighting each other. Thinking about it right now, they're not. So it's going to be really them just going up against Universe 6.
Right.
So,
it's but
it doesn't make sense to just like take out Goku for that reason. Like he's going to win. Like, he's not really going to win it. If anything, it'll be Nipples. And you also got Vegeta out there.
Yeah.
And Vegeta's equally as strong as Goku, just about, There might be like a slight difference in their powers. We'll never really know.
Why'd you take him out, Akira?
But
what was the point?
I mean, it was quick and stuff. And like, if you're gonna do that, don't even put him in the beginning. You should have just put Majin Buu in the beginning, or you should have put Piccolo in the beginning.
You should have, exactly. You should have flipped it. You should have made it where Goku was asleep because he used so much power from like whatever, and now he can't wake up. Put Majin Buu in his place. Then it would have at least given a little bit more. I mean, because that's what it seems like. You want to give somebody, which is funny because that's something we talked about where let's give other people a chance to save the day, not always Goku. Let's have other people do it. And although I like the fact that that's the case in this situation because Goku's eliminated, so now we know that it's not Goku that would win this tournament. But at the same time, don't just take him out like that because then it's just like, well, A, why did he just fall asleep? B, why even...
Well, with this, the saving grace is like we don't know exactly what kind of technique that was. At the end of the thing, when they're gonna clips the next episode, Goku was trying to figure out what he hit him with.
Right.
Piccolo's trying to figure out what he hit him with. Piccolo maybe the next guy coming because he's a good way of explaining things.
True. So he can fight,
especially during his fight.
Yeah, he can fight.
And for Piccolo looks like in the next episode looks like he's giving him real good competition, which kind of surprised him because like his level he's gotten up a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Well, the dude's hurt too from the prior fight.
So. I
mean, he was like beat up. Like he was one more hit and Frost would have been killed almost. Yeah. That's the way they made it. Feel like he's getting up. His body just looks beaten up. And then, by the miracle of whatever that technique was, he won. So I'm guessing they're going right into the next match like they did with Goku. So, Piccolo has an advantage that this probably on 100% would be stronger than him. But the fact that, let's say he's at 50 to 40%, it kind of evens it out now where Piccolo could give him a run for his money because he's not at 100%.
It's possible. I mean... It still goes back to the fact, like, even that fight between him and Goku, I would like to see in a full episode of that, a minimum.
Yeah, again, minimum half an episode.
It's like that. It would have been real interesting to see all these things play out. And also, it fills up more time, you know? Because right now, it seems like he's rushing, and this is, like, a problem, like, I've seen, like, a lot of modern-day animes they're doing. It's like, they just want to rush. I mean, it's not just with that. It's, like, everything. It's like with every like superhero kind of movie, it's like we need to, have a new Iron Man suit. We need to have, this villain play out and this and that. But you don't give people a chance to enjoy it. Like let the story play out. Let it.
Especially with this, it's like, people have you know, I don't know how it is in Japan, but I know over here in America, for the people who watch the Japanese, you know, with the English subtitles, people hate the fillers. They hate any anime. It is not even just Dragon Ball. Any you watch Naruto, you watch One Piece, you watch Fairy Tail, you watch any of those animes, and whenever there is a filler, people will automatically spot it out and be like, "Ugh, another filler episode."
Yeah, I mean, it's you know, the fillers are the worst, and you actually had
had time.
I mean, all you do is just focus on the fights more. You know,
stretch it out.
This tournament, at least from what I understand, is supposed to be about the fights. Let's focus on them. Let's go ahead and let's see Goku, you know, go out there and fight Botan for at least one episode. Yeah. I say, really, I wouldn't have been sad to see them go at it for 2 episodes. It would be nice, you know, like leaving us a cliffhanger at the end of this episode, then going ahead and doing up and again in the second episode, finishing off in that episode, then having to fight Frost, and have that go out for. Listen, if he's capable of knocking him out, I would like to see him go ahead and try that with a Super Saiyan God.
Speaking of Super Saiyan, that's interesting that the Saiyan from
Universe 6,
when they asked him, was like, "Hey, can you do that?" And he said, "No, I don't know what that is."
Yeah, he said he didn't know what that is. Now, that doesn't mean that he's weak or nothing like that, because he saw Goku fighting against Botan, and it was interesting what he had said. Mm-hmm. He said, "I thought the Saiyans in that universe would be stronger and stuff like me," meaning that he probably thought he could probably beat Botan. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't mean that he's weak at all. I mean, mind you, he's one of the 6 guys they have. Yeah. And so far, the two guys so far from Universe 6 were powerful. Mm-hmm. And everybody, of course, from Universe 7 is powerful. Mm-hmm. And he's definitely, I don't know, maybe he might be the most powerful, maybe he may not be. But
just because he doesn't have a transformation.
In his world, he may not need to do that. He might have just focused solely on his base form. Because mind you, there's a certain kind of criteria for like Super Saiyan to get into it. Some kind of event needs to happen, but it has to push you to that limit. He may never have reached that limit because a certain tragedy may never happen to him. They're supposed to say you're supposed to have like a pure heart. Now, obviously, he has like a pure heart. Right. You know, there's then they also had the legendary Super Saiyan where he's like, no, he's the opposite. You're evil. Evil. You know, he was just born. Now maybe he might be the legendary Super Saiyan for the universe too. We don't know. Obviously, he's not a Super Saiyan. But he's definitely a powerful He could turn into a monkey. We maybe his version of a monkey could be an actual intelligent monkey where he's that strong. And or he may not have a transformation because they asked him, "Do you have a transformation?" And he's like,
"Oh right,
no, I don't have that." So he may not even have a transformation.
He just has that power in him. Yeah.
It's going to be interesting to see who they match him up with. Who I'm suspecting is going to be Vegeta.
Probably Vegeta, yeah.
And it's going to be interesting to see how powerful he is. Yeah. And with that fight, that's another one. I'm telling you, like, he's gonna got a lot of heat if that's like a 1 episode fight or even a half episode fight. No. And I hope this is not like the trend he's doing because this is insane.
Yeah, it's too quick. It's too quick. In saying that, so what usually we we like to put what we would change or what we would do. So what would you do in this instance to make this episode a better episode?
Well, like I said, one thing I would have done is I would have made the fights longer. That's obviously we established that. Yeah. And it goes back to what I said in the previous one. I felt like what they should have done first would have been the GT stuff. GT made a lot of sense. Right. Okay, and the reason why that is that they could have done similar to what they're trying to do in this one in the GT universe, where now, for instance, Goku versus Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Mm-hmm. Okay. He would have fought him. He would have pretty much shitted on him. Okay. Mm. And he would have done this in his base form. Okay. Then you would have seen him fight maybe other versions and stuff where pretty much it was allowing to kind of explore that and explore more about the Super Saiyan. Okay. Oh, that's a Super Saiyan 4? This is a Super Saiyan God. Mm. Kind of gives them that. So it's like a setup to where this kid is. So when they go up against a Super Saiyan him, now they have all these questions. Can you go Super Saiyan 4? Can you go Super Saiyan God? Mm. And then now it's whatever it is he could do and stuff. That's another mystery. So it gives everybody like a taste. Like every universe is gonna be totally different. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The Super Saiyan is different than a Saiyan Universe 6 is as different as in 7 as it is in Universe 8. Let's just say. Mm-hmm. I would like to see more of that, and like I said, I'd just like to see the fights. Are long. I was looking for in tournaments. I love tournaments. My favorite thing in like the Naruto series is like when they have like these type of tournaments. I was disappointed when he came back in Shippuden and they didn't have him go through the Chunin exam, even though he was on like a Junin level and definitely a high level Chunin, okay, a low level Junin. I was disappointed the fact he didn't get a chance to do that, and he wasn't able to go up against the other Chunins, for instance, like Konohamaru. You know what I'm saying? I think that's his name, right? Kid. You know,
we'll fact check that. I think yeah.
The third Hokage's grandson.
But yeah,
I would have liked to have seen him go up against these guys and like the strong people from their villages. Same thing with this. I want them explore like. We could still explore more about Super Saiyan God Surpass. I have a lot of questions about how powerful it is. You know what I'm saying? And it would have been interesting to see if he could just go Super Saiyan God, with the red hair, and then can he go Super Saiyan God Surpass, or he just goes right to Super Saiyan God Surpass. This would have been interesting. Like these would have all this would have been answered in this if they would just let it play out.
Yeah, I agree. I think it just comes down to, like you said, make it a little bit longer, explore these characters a little bit more. The thing I would change is, like you said, is just make it longer. And honestly, if you really gonna do Goku like that, just put Majin Buu in there. Like, just put Majin Buu. Maybe make Goku start the fight a little bit later. Like, change the order of it. So have Piccolo start first. Piccolo versus somebody, maybe Botan or maybe Frost. We haven't read the manga, so I don't know how the other two fare against everybody else. But if you're gonna do that, just start off with your weakest character first. Put Piccolo there first. Let him get his time to shine, and then start working your way up against.
Well, we don't know Botan is the weakest character, and that's the whole thing.
Right, but that's what I mean. Like, I don't know the rest of the characters.
He might have put he could have been their strongest character, and he might have put him first just so you could go through the entire crew. Yeah, I mean we don't know because this is a process elimination tournament.
Yeah.
It would be interesting to see like I still think I would like to see Goku versus Botan. I think it's definitely a matchup to do.
Yeah.
Because just establish how powerful. Because Piccolo, he's absorbing on Piccolo shots. You could say, well, Piccolo's not as strong as him. But now the fact he's doing this against Goku,
it's a little different.
It's like, wait a second, this guy could take a hit from him. He could probably take a hit from any one of them.
True.
So, I would like to see these matchups get
longer.
Yeah, longer.
Please make them longer, Akira. I mean, we haven't read the manga, so I mean,
you don't gotta stretch it out. Just tell it.
Yeah.
Just tell how it is. I mean, you weren't gonna stretch out the Botan versus Goku fight. All you were really gonna do is just have them fight until one of them was gonna win.
Yeah.
And not with a ring out.
I just hope that. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of you that read the manga, so you probably already know some of the results of these fights. But still, when you translate it to a anime, it's a little different. So even if the fight may have seemed a little shorter in the manga, you could always make it a little bit longer. You have that benefit that you can make it a little bit longer in the anime, especially if you're trying to, like you said, not go into the fillers. You can just make it a little bit longer. I mean, this episode, if I had to rate it, I would say it was a little disappointing. I like the idea of it. I like the energy of it, of we're fighting, but the execution is a little bit too quick. A little bit too quick for me. I really hope that moving forward with the Piccolo fights, with the Vegeta, as they keep going, just make them a little bit longer. We need it to be a little bit longer. I mean, that's pretty much it. Any final thoughts? Anything you hope moving forward that happens?
Yeah, make the fights longer.
Make them longer, bottom line. So here's to hoping that the other fights get a little bit longer. That's going to end it for this episode. Please don't forget to subscribe. Tell your friends about us. If you like what you see, definitely hit the comment sections. Let us know, what you'd like to hear us talk about or what you thought of the fights, what you would think they should do differently. So again, thanks. And tune in next time. And as I always say, see you later.